Hi everyone, welcome to this short hands-free flow today that I wanted to share with you. I think this practice will be useful for some of you that may be suffering from any wrist pain, that can't bear too much weight down on your hands at the moment. So created this flow that's totally hands-free, getting you to work your core a little bit more in order to not use your hands. So we'll start lying down on your back, bringing yourself, try not to use your hands as you come down, lower yourself down onto your back safely. So we'll start just arriving with our hands onto our belly, spreading the fingertips nice and wide, and your knees together, your feet apart. Just take a moment to maybe close the eyes, taking a nice deep breath in, filling up your belly, filling up all that air into the lungs. And then exhale, really deflate all the air from the body. Almost feel as if you're emptying that air out, creating space now to take another deep breath in, filling up the body with that breath. And then exhale to lightly release all the air from the body. Good. Again, take another deep breath in and out. And again, a deep breath in and out. Just take a moment to just sense where you may feel heavy in your body, where you may feel quite light, and just allowing yourself to arrive, really focusing on that breath, how you're feeling. So just when you're ready, shoulders relaxed, core drawn in lightly, take a breath and start to hug your knees into your chest. So squeeze the knees in and lightly rock on your back from side to side. So give your back a bit of a massage, a nice gentle massage as you rock from side to side. Good, let the knees widen a little bit, the knees draw away from you to create a bit of a massage across the sacrum, the lower back. And then we'll place the hands beside us, we'll extend the legs up to the sky, stacking the hips, knees and ankles all in line with one another. And then just start to circle out your ankle joints, or a few clicks from me there, popping, releasing, creating some air into the joints there, a bit of space. So if you're practicing this in the morning, it may feel a little bit more creaky than later on in the day. So just taking a couple of breaths here, loosen out the ankle joints. Letting the heart rest a little bit here as it's got less workload to pump the blood as we're creating that bit of extra aid in circulation by lifting the legs up like this. So a couple more circles in the ankles. Good. And then draw the knees back to the chest, lower the left foot to the floor, lightly squeeze the right knee into the chest and draw a few circles there around your right hip crease. You could even take your hands away again and just encourage that movement right from the hip crease rather than directing the knee with your palms. Change direction, nice and slow. Think about drawing those abdominal muscles in and just settling down through the backs of the ribs. And then we'll take that right leg all the way up to the sky and the hands behind that right thigh. Circle out the ankle joint again. And then just notice if you've really lifted your right hip crease off the floor, your right hip. So if you can root the right hip back down, stack the joints again, and then hold here as we take a hamstring stretch. So if you're particularly tight in the lower back or the hamstrings and it requires a little bit more bend into the knee, that is absolutely fine. Try and press the heel up towards the sky so you still get a stretch into the hamstring or into your calf. Shoulders settle. Deep breath in, slow breath out, allowing the breath to feel smooth and natural. Try not to force or hold anything with your breath. Taking one more deep breath here. And out. Good. Let the knee draw back to the chest. Rolling out the knee nice and slow. And then place the sole of the foot to the floor. Bring the palms back to your tummy. Breathe in. Breathe out. Breathe in. Breathe out. Let's slowly draw the left knee to the chest. Squeeze the knee in. Again, you don't have to use your hands if you don't want to, and you can start to draw circles with that left hip rather. So really trying to move around the hip joint. Almost visualize that ball and socket joint as you just start to roll and oil up and lubricate around the joint. Changing direction. Notice what's going on with your breath. Try not to hold the breath here. Good. And then start to extend the left leg to the sky. Notice if you're just sort of shifting your weight to one side. So root down through that left hip, grounding down, but at the same time extending up through that left heel. So again, if you need a slight bend, that's fine. We'll take a hold behind that left thigh. Draw the left heel to the sky and breathe. And if you notice a lot of shakiness here, then keep bending the knee a little bit more. And then just notice what's going on with your back. Can you start to relax through the backs of the ribs a little bit so there's not too much flaring up at the ribs at the front of the body? And if need be, just let the foot come down if you feel it's too uncomfortable, lifted for too long. But taking a couple more deep breaths. Filling up into the upper chest with your breath as well. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale. And then nice and slowly, lightly remove the foot to the floor. Roll out your knees from side to side. And then we'll take both knees to the chest. Taking your hands behind the thighs, and you're drawing the thighs now towards your armpits. So option may be to stay here if this is enough, especially if it's quite tight in the hamstrings, or if you're okay to take your peace fingers of peace fingers, take it around the big toe joints, and we come to happy baby pose. So think about rooting down your shoulder blades, stacking the palms over the shoulders there. So we're keeping the arms straight and then encouraging the knees to hug in towards the armpits, the soles of the feet as if they were flat, pressing towards the sky. Stacking the knees over underneath the ankle joints. So we're not sort of straightening out the legs at the moment. Good. And if it feels a bit intense, again, any shaking, too much into the hamstrings or the lower back, you could do one at a time. So just taking one, the right leg maybe, alternating to do just the left leg. So let's take a couple more breaths here. Breathe lots of space into your back body. Exhale. Again, a deep breath in and out. Just notice if you can really direct that breath a little bit more into the back body, creating space, and exhale. So allowing your breath to really expand into the whole of your back body. Allowing the shoulders to root down. And just taking a few more deep breaths here. Exhale. Get a deep breath in and exhale. Begin to nice and slowly let the knees hug back in towards your chest. Lower the knees to the floor. Plant the soles of the feet down, just gripping down through the toes, feeling the ground beneath you. And breathe. So we're going to begin to slowly make our way up now to our knees. So a couple of options here where you can roll to your side, but you will need to place a hand down if that's the only way of coming up to the sideway, on the sideway. So you can take that option, or we can do a couple of rocks up and down spine. So if you want to take that option, keep the chin tucked in, keep the heels drawn into the buttocks, and a couple of times rocking your way up to seated. And then you can roll yourself up onto your knees nice and slowly. So we'll come to find a kneeling position just on the tops of the knees there, the shins drawn down on the floor. And then we're going to step our right foot forwards. So hands can stay at the hips, or you can use your hands like a guide here to encourage the tailbone to lengthen down and the abdominal muscles to draw upwards and in. And then ground down through your right big toe, that left leg extended back and behind. And then nice and slowly on the inhale, if it feels okay to, you can rise up through the fingertips, roll the shoulders back and down. Take a nice deep, nourishing, big breath in, and then a slow exhalation. Again, a nice full, big, invigorating in-breath, and then a slow exhalation. One more full breath in. And then from here, as you exhale, ground down through your right big toe, hug the abdominals in, and exhale, twist over to your right side. We'll come back to center on the inhale, and then exhale, open out to the right side. One more, breathe in, grounding down through the feet, spiraling through the spine as you exhale. Good, then come back to center. Take the hands behind you, option to interlace the fingers, or if you don't want to connect the hands, again, just take hands to hips. Roll the palms back if you're connecting the palms. Inhale, lift through your heart. And then exhale, we'll fold forwards, hinging at the hips, lightly hugging the chin in towards the chest. So long line through the back of the spine, rooting down through the feet. Take a deep breath in. And then exhale, draw the palms back and behind, roll out your shoulders, and then slowly push through the front foot, arrive back into your kneeling position. Inhale, we'll take the hands to the sky, reach up nice and high, look up. And then exhale, taking your seat to your heels and rolling the chin to the chest. Two more like that. Inhale, rise up. And then exhale, roll the chin towards the chest. Last time, breathe in, reaching up through the heart center. And then exhale, rolling the seat down, chin to chest. You're going to press back up, and then again without hands, press that left foot forwards now. So hands can come to the hips, or again using your hands like a guide here to encourage the tailbone down, abdominal muscles to draw upwards and in. And then press through the left big toe, lengthening through the back leg. We inhale, rise up to our low crescent lunge. Breathe here. Soften the shoulders, breathe out. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale. And adding on here, breathe in. And then as you exhale, start to slowly twist over to your left side. So twisting over the bent knee side, grounding down through the toes. We'll come back to center as we inhale. And then exhale again, find your twist. Breathe in, find length into the front body. Tailbone long. As you exhale, twist. And then slowly come back to center, breathing in. Exhale, extend the arms behind. So option here to again interlace fingers, or if you prefer to hold the hips, feel free to stay there. We take a breath in, we roll the breastbone to the sky. And then exhale, hinging at your hips. Fold your heart forwards, get that length into the front body, length into the back body. Breathing in fully. Breathing out. Inhale. Exhale, then lightly press the palms back and behind as you arrive back up on the inhale, reach to the sky. Push the foot forwards, lengthen out the front leg, and then slowly step back into your kneeling position. Inhale, take the hands to the sky, lift up. And then exhale, arriving back into your seat, hands to your heart center. Take a deep breath in and out. Again, a deep breath in and out. Good, we'll just add on a little bit more here. Inhale, step your right leg forwards, reach the hands to the sky. Exhale, twist. Inhale to center. Exhale to twist. Inhale to center. Now, option here is to tuck the back toes, hug in at the abdominals again, push the ground away as you arrive up, standing nice and tall, both legs straight. And then we exhale, bend. Inhale to arrive with straight legs, grounding through the toes. Exhale, bend. One more, breathe in. And then exhale, roll the back heel down. Shoulders unfurl away from the ears and reach the fingertips forwards. Breathe into the upper chest. Breathe out. Make sure you're not leaning too far forwards here, so try and encourage the shoulders down. Breathe in, stacking the hips underneath those shoulders there. Breathing out. One last breath, gazing to that right fingertip, right through the center line of your arm there to the top of the fingertip. And then lower the back palm, maybe to the back thigh, or maybe it wraps round to your right hip crease as you reach the right hand to the sky. Reverse your warrior. Breathe in, breathe out. Breathe in, breathe out. We'll slowly windmill the palms back forwards to our high lunge, coming right up off the back tiptoes. And then carefully with control, lower the back knee. Hands come to the hips, arrive back in your kneeling position. So still not using your hands. Take a breath in, reach the hands to the sky. And then exhale, lower your seat. This time I've got my toes still tucked under. We're not putting any weight bearing on our hands at all here. We're going to step the left foot forwards, low crescent lunge. Breathe in, and then exhale, twist. Breathe and reach to the sky. Now, option if you want to is to tuck the back toes, press away through the ground and lift up to both legs straight now, reaching to the sky. Breathe in. Breathe out. Let's slowly bend the front knee. High lunge. Good. Exhale. Breathe in, rise up. Exhale. Breathe in, rise up. Exhale. Last one. Breathe in, rise up. A bit long on my stance there, so gently step forwards if you need to. We exhale, draw the back heel down. Open the palms nice and wide and find your warrior two stance. So looking over those left fingertips now, if you feel a bit stiff in the fingertips, flick them out, a little bit more softness in the hands, shoulders roll down the back, and really finding that rooted feeling through the feet, that opening through the fronts of the thighs as your right thigh crease draws back, the front knee draws forwards. And there's this sense of being really strong and grounded through the base of the body, but then this lightness and softness through your torso and upper body. Let's take one more breath in. And then exhale, back palm can lower to the thigh, or maybe it wraps around to that left hip crease as we reach the left hand to the sky. Reverse your warrior. Breathe in, breathe out. Breathe in. Breathe out nice and slowly. You're going to windmill the back palm forward back into your high lunge. Lower the back knee to the ground. Take your time to straighten the front leg. Hands to the hips and arrive back into your kneeling position. Take a breath in. Reach to the sky. Look up. And then hands to your heart center as you exhale. Arrive into your seated position. Close the eyes if you can. Take a deep breath in. Exhale. Again, a deep breath in. Exhale. Good, and then nice and slowly, let your toes untuck. Let your knees come out nice and wide. And then nice and slowly dive your hands forwards. Let the forehead rest to the ground. And coming into a child's pose here. So you could start to press the elbows down and then rise the hands up. So hands still in a prayer position, but then the fingertips are pressing up towards the sky. So you may feel quite a deep stretch onto the upper tricep muscles or into the armpits even as we draw the weight down through the elbows. Take a deep breath in and out. Take a deep breath in and out. Take a deep breath in and out. And then nice and slowly let the hands come to the floor. Let your elbows open nice and wide. And then as if you were snaking your way forwards, you roll your chin forwards, your chest forwards, lowering yourself onto your belly, nice and slow. Forehead can come onto the backs of the palms. Wiggle the hips a little. And we're just going to slide the right knee up towards the right armpit, as if you were lying down in bed. You can have your cheek to the right or looking to your left side if you wish. So just take a couple of deep breaths here. Inhale, fill up the body. Exhale, breathing in, breathing out, creating a bit of space into the lower back. One more breath, and out, nice and slow. Let's extend that right leg away, connect the foot back to the ground, breathe in. And then exhale, let's slide the left knee up towards the left armpit. So option to look to the left side or maybe taking the twist through to the top of the spine, looking to your right. Maybe the eyes close as you breathe in. And you breathe out. Breathing in. Breathing out. You can feel that sense of space into your lower back. One more breath. And exhale, nice and slow. Bring yourself back down onto the mat, your pelvis grounded. Slide the forearms forwards. So this is a wide-armed Sphinx position here. So you're grounding through your pelvis, pressing down through the tips of the toes. And then slowly on the in-breath, we'll reach the heart up. Roll the shoulders back, a bit of a back bend, but being mindful of putting any pressure in the hands. Also being mindful of how that feels in your lower back. So keep breathing here. As you push through the feet, you activate through the thighs. Maybe the kneecaps start to lift off. And you can activate a little bit through those kneecaps and big quadricep muscles to help support through the lower back. And then it's your upper back that's now working. Let's take one more breath in. And then nice and slowly exhale, forehead to the mat. Wiggle out your hips, breathe in. Breathe out. We're going to slowly extend one arm forward. So I've got my left hand extended forwards and then my right hand is just there, supporting me as I come to then roll myself all the way onto my back again. So just wiggle yourself back onto your mat wherever you may have landed. Taking your feet hip distance apart. You're nice and relaxed on your back there, hopefully. And then just allow the knees to fold over to the right side. Maybe the knees are stacked. Maybe the feet are stacked above one another. And then we're going to inhale, take the left hand, reach it up over your head. And then all the way back down to your left side to arrive into this twist pose. So just taking a moment to notice how the shoulders feel. If you have your shoulder off the floor and your arm slightly lifted, then try to encourage the arm down, in which case that might mean that the knees come off the floor, which is absolutely fine. Let the knees come off. And maybe you can bring a little block or something underneath the knees if need be. But I want you to feel us opening across the upper chest here in this twist. So if you can now arrive, settle, let your gaze turn to your left. So your left cheek draws towards the floor. Taking a deep breath in. And a slow breath out. Breathing into the belly, the ribs, all the way up to the chest, the shoulders. And then fully exhale for 3, 2, 1. And again, a breath into the belly, chest, all the way up to the shoulders. And then nice and slowly exhale for 3, 2, 1. Let your head lightly turn to center, using the abdominals to lightly draw the knees back to center. And breathe. Just square up the hips, wiggle if you need to reshuffle slightly. You're going to roll the legs over to your left side. So let the knees stack, let the feet stack above one another. And then we're going to take the right arm, we're going to sway it, or reach it across the body, up over the head. And then exhale, reach all the way over to your right side. So let your head turn to the right, that feels comfortable. And again, if you've noticed the knees have popped off the floor, maybe support them or pop a block underneath your knees. And then when you're ready, arriving in your twist, letting the head turn to the right as your cheek draws towards the ground. Take a deep breath in together. So inhale to the belly, the chest, all the way up to the shoulders. And then exhale for 3, 2, 1. Again, inhale into the belly, chest, all the way up to your shoulders. And then exhale for 3, 2, 1. Inhale, really filling up the lungs, using your entire lung capacity. And then exhale, releasing out fully, deflating the air from the body. Nice and slowly, you're going to turn the head back to the center. Ease your knees back to the center. Give your knees a little hug as you squeeze the knees in and rock on your back. And then we'll let the soles of the feet come to the floor. We'll extend the legs all the way down to the end of the mat now. Take the palms up over the head, take a deep breath in. And then like at cactus arm shape, that 90-degree angle, roll the elbows down and then let the palms circle their way all the way down beside your body. Shoulders release down, take a deep breath in. Opening the mouth wide as you exhale. Begin to allow yourself to settle now in our resting pose. Taking just a few short moments here to feel that rise and fall of your belly as you breathe. Allowing the ground to fully support you, hold you. Feeling the weight of the feet are heavy, the weight of the legs heavy, the weight of the pelvis, the hips heavy, the weight of the backs of the arms heavy. The weight of the whole back heavy. The weight of the shoulders heavy. The weight of the back of the neck, back of the head heavy. Aware of your whole body here now. Your whole body heavy, but relaxed, at ease and relaxed. Feel your whole body relaxed. Now begin to slowly deepen your breath. Start to listen to the breath, the sound of your breath. Become aware of it. Become aware of sounds that surround you here in this room, in your space. Awakening your senses now. Sounds, smells, taste, touch, any light or colour or dark you may notice. And just lightly begin to touch the mat or the ground beneath you, aware of any fabric beneath you. Bring some gentle movement back into the body, maybe the fingers, the toes, lightly wriggling out the wrists. And then when you're ready, inhale, reach the arms up over your head, take that deep breath in, stretch, stretch, stretch right to your toes. And release, exhale. Take a nice big yawn. Stretch your jaw. And then lightly draw the knees to your chest. Hug your knees in. Rock on your back from side to side. And then carefully making your way back to seated, lying on your side. Thank you, everybody. I hope that was a practice that you can continue to use when you need to ease off any weight bearing on your hands, your wrists. So thank you for sharing with me today, practicing with me. Namaste.